Hi there, I want to tell you a little about my shell collection. People have been asking me, and I thought that I would show my friends some of the things that I enjoy, some of the things that make me happy. I'm sorry about the lighting and the quality of the video, but they'll get better in time. But I'll start with just a little bit of them. This shell here is a really nice shell. It came from Searim Park here in Texas, along the Texas coast. I was probably there the first time when I was about 5 years old. That's where it all started at, was along the Texas coast when I was really young. Some of the shells came from a little town called Holly Beach, and then Searim, and over in there. That's always going to be my favorite places to go, even though there's not much of the towns left anymore. After the hurricanes and stuff, we still enjoy going. These here are really cool shells. Well, they're not actually seashells at all. These are actually they're hollow and they're sealed, and these are actually the bones out of the head of the squid. It helps keep them afloat in the water. I really like them. The old sailors used to glue these together. I don't know how they did it. They made stuff out of them. And they called them the Sailor's Valentines and stuff like that, because they're such a neat design. And you put two together and you can make almost a heart. They're also called the Ivory of the Sea, because they're just about like ivory. They're very hard to find. They're pretty, I won't say rare, but they're not common to find on the beaches. But we found these. Most of these were found Corpus area, South Padre, and San Jose Island is where I found the first one, which is the one there that I was showing you. And I'll tell you more about San Jose here shortly. We'll move on to this one. Here's a really nice little cone shell. The cone shells are my least favorite of shells, but they're nice and I like to have them in my collection. And I'll tell you about the cone shells more here in just a little bit when I show you another tray. They're pretty interesting, actually. That one was a gift from Darwin Alder. He's a fellow shell collector in Galveston. These three here were also from him. You can see the leopard pattern on that, how pretty that is. And it tells about it. I keep all my shells logged and documented, where they came from, when they were found, if there was any way possible to do that. You see that was found in 1973 in the Philippines. It's a honey cowrie. And by keeping them documented and logged, that's what makes the value of your collection. I do have some that are very rare, very expensive shells. And then I have some that aren't worth anything, but I love them anyway. But no matter what they're worth, if you have a proper documented collection, then you have something. These are among some of my favorite shells. These are the Wendell Traps, and these were actually found between Galveston and Corpus Christi. You can really find these in the rock jetties and stuff. They wash up. I really love these shells. You can see we picked all these up, and you know, each one's dated, and there it actually tells on some of them where we found them, or when we found them. I mean, these are from 2010, and then some of them are from 2011. I haven't found any in 2012 yet, but we're going to go look. You can see these here were picked up in Holly Beach, Louisiana. You can see by my fingernail how tiny they are. We hand-picked each one. We picked them up off the beaches. And these little tiny ones here, I mean, you can see, I'll get down there so you can see those. And look how tiny, tiny these are. You can see by my fingernail how little that is. Okay, now about San Jose Island. That's where these sand dollars came from. Went there in 2011. Really enjoyed it. San Jose is a little island next to Corpus. Aransas Pass, Padre Island, down in there. And it's a really neat place to go. But something to know, you have to take a water taxi or little ferry or whatever you want to call it over to the charter boat over to the island. And whenever they come back to pick you up, you better be watching for them, because there's no roads, no traffic, no cars, no water, no anything on this island. It is just a little remote island, and you can charter a little boat to take you out there to go shelling. Wonderful beaches. The only people you'll run into out there are people that go to fish. Very nice little place. Hang in there, and I'm going to switch to the next tray. I'm going to close this one up that I had opened, and we'll move to the next tray now. I'm actually going to end this video, and we will start with a new video explaining about this tray. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did.